What is up, guys? Oh my God, I'm so excited to finally do a Westworld show and to finally be caught up on this show. As you guys know, it is absolutely incredible, and this week's episode blew my mind. I loved it so much, and I know from reading a lot of your tweets that you loved it too. So I'm hoping that there'll be a few people in this room so we can talk about it. This is my first ever anything on YouTube about Westworld, but just to let you guys know, I will be doing Westworld live chats every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have Westworld videos up on either Mondays or Tuesdays, probably Tuesdays. So definitely this week it'll be tomorrow. And for those of you looking for the Walking Dead video that I did, that will be up probably tonight. I got a little bit behind yesterday, but hi, Julie. Thank you so much for being here. It may be just me and you chatting. I don't know. I know that this show is super popular, but I know also there's an issue with people having HBO, so I don't know how many people who subscribe to me have access to this show. If you have a friend who has HBO Go, you can get caught up there if they want to help you out, and that way you can watch on your computer. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for being here. But since we've never talked about it before, I was really curious to see what you guys have been thinking about the show and like what your theories are, rather than me just sitting here listing a bunch of my theories, since we've had 6 episodes and we've never talked about 1 episode, since I'm a little bit late to the game. But I just did want to mention that I hope everyone is caught up. I know Vanessa and Julie probably are, but just to let you know, there's a huge spoiler in this episode, a huge twist. So please exit now if you're watching this taped, because we're going to get into that. But the Bernard reveal was shocking to me. And you guys know that my favorite types of shows are the ones that shock you and surprise you. But honestly, I don't think I've had a show catch me off guard, outsmart me like that in a long time. So huge props to this show, because I feel stupid actually, because I did not consider that he wasn't real. And now I'm considering who else isn't real. Since he isn't, there may be other people who we've been introduced to who we think are human who aren't. But Vanessa's saying that she thinks that there are 2 timelines, and I want you to explain what you mean by that, to see what you're thinking. Also, I think we should talk about Arnold. I don't have a good theory on Arnold yet, but I don't believe it's as simple as it being like this man's ghost or he never died or something like that, because again, we have no idea what Arnold looked like. He is supposed to be dead, but there's a bunch of different ways you can look at this, and I'll let you know that I haven't read any types of theories. I usually don't do that because I like to make my own, but I haven't gone on Reddit or Facebook page or anything like that, the show's Facebook page. Yeah, How to Get Away with Murder has a good twist, but this twist to me was, I don't know. It was great. I mean, it was better than I think How to Get Away with Murder has done, and you guys know I love that show. So Julie thinks that Felix could also be a host. I always call them robots, and I know the real term is host, so I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that there is a possibility we have a few people. We know that, why have I forgotten her name? The woman who Bernard killed last night, she was definitely human. But I don't know how many different people are not, our hosts instead of humans. Very great twist. So what are your guys' thoughts on Arnold? I'm curious to see how you think all of that will play out. I'm wondering if Arnold's going to be like the Wizard of Oz or something, like he will be saved for near the end of the series, or it's kind of like, to me, if you guys watch Orphan Black, I think both of you guys do. Hi, Victor. Thank you for being here. Kind of like Orphan Black has made the person who's pulling the strings, they're like the big secret until the show's actual Okay, I'm hoping that I'm coming back soon. Okay. All right. Trying to get back here. Yes, definitely sci-fi. Okay. let me go back up into your comments because, you know, I got kicked off again. All right. So to me, it's weird because with Dolores, we had her doing the very same thing in the same scene, like every single day for a long time. And now every day for her is different. So I feel like she is off. If we want to go with the two timeline theme that Vanessa and Julie are talking about, I kind of feel like she has been transferred or something to the other world inside that world. This show will probably be one of the hardest, I think, to theorize and to predict correctly because with it being sci-fi, like an Orphan Black, there's so many ways they can go because they don't have the same type of rules that a show like How to Get Away with Murder has. Vanessa says one is in the past and the other's in the future. Okay, so she thinks, for instance, Clementine is the daughter of Lawrence and the little girl is her, but in the past. Yeah, that's really confusing. Okay. So the little girl who seems to know everything, who's like, to me, that place looks like Mexico, the place that they go to, where that little girl lives. I think that's who you're talking about. I don't know her name in the show. That's cool. I've never even thought about that. Now, it did seem that they were retiring Clementine, but I've also thought about all of the hosts that get retired. They're all in that room. It's like, do you guys think at some point they will revolt and all of them will come to life and like kill everyone who's in WestWorld, actually in the humans who work within WestWorld? So Julie's asking about Bernard. Is Bernard based on Arnold? So it seems like they had a falling out because Arnold liked the host or cared more about the host than the actual humans. So I don't think that Bernard is Arnold. Now, he could have himself, Arnold could be a host and not a human because I don't think that, I'm not sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, have they ever said for sure that Arnold was a human? I just know he was Bernard's partner. So what if Arnold was a host who just got retired or something, but somebody has reactivated him? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? So Julie thinks the maze is the entire park and either the place where Arnold is hiding or the headquarters of WestWorld are the center of the maze. Okay, I've always thought that Arnold was hiding in the maze, like in the actual center, I guess, the place where everyone's hoping to go, but maybe that's too easy. I don't know. Yeah, I've definitely seen iRobot, so it goes kind of along with that. But I don't know. I don't know if we have enough information to figure out exactly who Arnold is going to be. Is he a host? Is he a real person who didn't really die, but Ford tells people that? Is he a person who he thinks died, but he didn't? I don't think that Ford and Arnold are the same person because remember, Elsie is missing, which I don't know if she's dead or what, but it's probably not good. So we assume that Arnold has her. But, you know, Ford was using Bernard to try to find her because everything he does is programmed by Arnold, we know. I mean, by Ford, we know now. So why would Bernard be looking and searching for Elsie if Arnold and Ford were the same people? And if Ford knew where Elsie was, he didn't need Bernard. Does that make sense? Teresa, yes. Well, I think they killed Teresa because the new character who was introduced on the show last night, who works for like corporate or something, I don't remember her name within the show, but she seemed to want to, you know, reluctantly, Teresa was going to go along with, they're a big threat to Ford essentially because they want him to retire. That woman wanted Ford to be forced into retirement, and I'm sure he knew that that was going on, and so Teresa was going to go along with it with this woman and yeah, the new boss. So I'm surprised he didn't kill her, really. So now they've eliminated Teresa, so that's kind of going to foil their plan a little bit. Hi, Lewis and Deidre. Thank you so much for being here. Do you guys both watch WestWorld? If not, that's totally fine, but I just want to give you a heads up if you plan on watching it. There's a ton of spoilers so much. I should be coming back. So frustrating, really. So frustrating. Okay, trying to get back. I don't know how to get back. Let's refresh this. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. It's been working so well, and now it's not. Okay. All right. Yes, Lewis, you need to keep watching because it's so good. But yes, something crazy happened last night. Okay, so could Charlotte be the fiance, I guess, of William? Possibly, but if so, yeah, it could possibly be. So it's her brother. The fiance's brother was the guy that set out on the mission with him. What happened to him? I don't remember where he went. I know he's still alive, but they got split apart because he's just a jerk. I think they left him, right? Okay. For American Horror Story, I'm not going to be able to do a live chat, but I'm going to attempt to do a live reaction show because I'll be in New York. But my Twitter is in the down bar, so make sure you follow on there, a bookmark, or check that daily because that's where all the information about American Horror Story is going to be, because this is going to be kind of a weird week for me, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can, but no live chat, sadly. I'm very sad about that. I've never watched Fringe. I heard that that was really good. Deidre, yes, I definitely recommend. This is a great show. It's HBO, but maybe you have HBO or you know someone who does, or HBO Go. You can watch everything there. It's great. So Vanessa thinks maybe Arnold took is it Elise or Elsie? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think so, but we just don't really know. Or that may be too simple as well. But I guess if you guys didn't know, I know Julie knows because we were talking about this on Twitter, WestWorld did get renewed for a second season, but in the Entertainment Weekly, I think, tweet, in the article, they were saying that it wouldn't probably be coming out until 2018, which is really sad and strange to me. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, but I'm never going to be able to wait that long. I think we just have 3 episodes left. So Vanessa doesn't think that this girl is dead, maybe to just get information. Do you guys know if it's Elise or Elsie? I'll type it in here. I've been calling her that, but maybe it's not. And I actually just followed the actress today on Twitter, and she was mentioning the character's name, but maybe I'm reading that incorrectly. I really like this 2 timeline theory. I think that makes a lot of sense. I wanted to ask you guys if you think that WestWorld headquarters, is that in present day or in the future? Because it's really kind of hard to tell unless maybe in the movie, if it's, I know it's based off a movie from the 70s, maybe they explained it in that movie, but, or maybe they've explained it. Okay, so it's Elsie, thank you. Somewhere in the show, and sometimes I was half asleep watching this when I was binge watching it, but with the tablets that they're using, and of course the technology to make lifelike hosts, very lifelike hosts, I kind of thought we were in the future, but maybe we're in present day. I'm not sure. So yes. Hi, Eli, thank you for being here. Lewis is okay with it coming out in 2018. Well, maybe it will give time for people like you to catch up. You pretty much are going to have a whole year to watch the first season, and it can gain more popularity among people who haven't started watching it. But I basically started watching it because so many people on here asked me to watch it. I know Julie tweeted about it a lot, and Vanessa and other people who watch my videos. So that's the best way for me to find new shows. And I have a list of other shows you guys have recommended. I just have 0 time for new ones currently, but hopefully next month or, in January, I'll have more time to check those out. But I really don't like the Wild West, so I was kind of opposed to watching this. Of course, it's not really about the Wild West, and they're not actually in the Wild West, but there are some scenes that are very, very Western. What is I know you're talking about the MIB, and I don't know why, but that doesn't make sense to me. Please explain it. I'm sure I'll know once you make sense, or once you explain it to me. So R2 says that both timelines are in the future, but one is 30 plus years ahead. Okay, so do they say that in the show? Because I must have totally missed that as well. Do you know what, or is that just a theory? And have we been told for sure what time the WestWorld headquarters, where they make the hosts and everything? Oh, Man in Black. You're talking about Ed Harris's character. That's such a mystery. Thank you. Trying to get back. Okay. 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 All right. So Vanessa thinks that the headquarters is in the future. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm back. All right. So it seems like the Man in Black is like on one storyline, but then we have crossover people sometimes. The guy that he was, like he's kind of like a fugitive. The guy that he killed and hung up in the tree is also playing a major role in the Dolores and William storyline. But at one point recently, he was in the same episode in two different storylines. So that was weird. I don't think they've ever said what year we are in, like when we're in WestWorld and people come to, like, when William and his friend came to WestWorld, what year is that? And have they ever said what year any part of it is? When we're going to the Old West, are we supposed to assume we're back in that time period, or are we in like a futuristic Old West? I don't know. Have they said that? But I'm feeling better. Thank you so much. I think it was just a really bad allergy attack. But I hope you feel better, Eli, as well, because I feel better today, and I think I would feel worse if I had like the flu or something. R2 says the theory is based on the different logos and how long the Man in Black has been going there for. Did he say he's been going there for like 30 years? Is that what he said? Yeah, so Teddy likes Dolores, but we also know that William likes Dolores, and she likes William, but she also likes Teddy at some points. Wow. This one's going to be really fun to talk about and do videos about. Ooh, look, I love that. Is that your theory, R2? Or did you just read that somewhere? He's saying, I don't know if you're a he or a she, I'm sorry, but R2 is saying the theory suggests that William or Logan is the Man in Black, which is crazy. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. So I kind of like it being William. So like because William being a human is going to age like that, and all of the hosts will be the same age. So gosh, that's crazy. But I think the Man in Black is so terrible. He must have gotten super jaded, because I feel like he's raped Dolores and he just does terrible things. Like, I don't like him at all. I think Ed's a really good actor, but I do not like that character. Oh my gosh, that's such a great theory. Julie says that William could be the Man in Black because he says a lot of things the Man in Black had already said. I love that. I want to give you credit. Oh, it's a multiple timeline theory. Okay, so Reddit. I know Reddit is like theory central. That's why I try to stay away, just because I don't want to like do a theory video and have these ideas in my mind, and it's like, wait, was that my idea, or did somebody say that on Reddit or something? But yeah, I used to, before I did YouTube videos like this, I would go play, to read theories everywhere because I wanted to try to figure it out. But that's such a really, really, really great theory. I mean, I love that so much. So Vanessa thinks that William's friend is dead. Oh, but I thought you couldn't die in WestWorld, right? If you're a human. What do you guys think about that? I feel like there's so much to talk about because, well, we haven't talked about it before, and because so much is going on. We haven't talked about Maeve. I love her character. I know this is probably not going to happen, but I know she wants to escape WestWorld, and I was really hoping she could get out into modern day, whatever that is, and to be in a new setting, or they could use that for an upcoming season. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think she's going to escape. I think they're going to find her, and she may get those two guys killed in the process, or she will kill them. But I think they'll like put her out of commission like they did for Clementine. But I think she's great. I love the fact that she knows what's going on, and she's like seemingly smarter than everyone. We thought, Bernard was really smart, but the thing about it is, or he is really smart, that Bernard doesn't, he doesn't know he's a host, but I don't know if he's going to know like next week, or will that be kind of wiped from his memory? Does he realize he's a host? What do you guys think about that? JF Hay says, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? I'm saying that the reveal last night makes me think that Bernard is the host of Arnold. Okay. But yet Ford is still able to get him to do things. But that's interesting. I like that. Yeah, what happened to William's friend? Maybe we'll find out next week. Yeah, absolutely. Julie says, if we have two timelines, where is Dolores when we are on the Man in Black timeline? Because the Man in Black is looking for Dolores, right? Well, I thought he was looking for the maze and for Arnold, right? But is he also looking for Dolores? This is confusing. So maybe he's looking for, he's always talking to Dolores and meeting up with her, kind of like William would. But this like really hurts my heart because I love William. I think he's such a great person. And if he ends up being this terrible man, then I'm upset. But I never even thought of this being 2 timelines, but it makes sense. I would almost say there could be 3 timelines. But because you have to think about which characters intersect in the timelines, and I don't think we've ever seen William and William's friend in the same place with Man in Black, right? So JF says that's why he couldn't see the other person in the picture Ford showed him. Well, I feel like he couldn't see I feel like he's an advanced version of the host. And when he said that, like, I got chills because, when he said, it doesn't look like anything to me, I was like, okay, wait, because I didn't expect that. I'm like, oh no, oh my God, no, he's not real, you know? So I feel like he's like, look at some of the pictures that the other host would see and he could see something, but he was not supposed to register that photo. That's what I think. But man, I don't know. This is really good. This is some good discussion here. So Julie says, he said to Teddy Dolores was in danger and that's why Teddy's helping him. Yes. So that's right. He's using Dolores kind of as bait to get Teddy. That was the one thing that like woke him up and he was like all about it, because he loves Dolores and he was like, oh yeah, like we have to go on this mission now. You're right. So, oh my God. So let me think about this. So we could have 3 timelines. So we have Man in Black thing going on right now with Teddy, and we have Dolores and William and that other guy. Can you guys remember his name? He's like bad news, fugitive dude. He's been on the train with them. Can't remember his name in the show. And then we have, what is our 3rd timeline? Oh, we have like Maeve's timeline, which is the boring, really boring timeline that we've kind of been shown from the beginning, where it's like the saloon and all of that, because we're not seeing any of those 3 intersect. Lawrence, thank you so much. Agree with JF that MIB is looking for the maze. Mark says, thought the Man in Black just said Dolores had been taken. He did. I think we've cleared that up. So it was just, you know, a ploy to get Teddy to go with him. I don't think Man in Black is looking for Dolores, but I still like the idea of William being, I love that actually, of William being Man in Black. That's so good. So good. I mean, I think if the Man in Black is someone from an older version of someone we know, I don't think it would be anybody but him, because he's like the central human, you know, besides Man in Black. This is so good. I think this show is just incredible, as you guys know, but I don't know. I'm just freaking out. It's so good. Like, I'm so glad we finally got into I knew when we could finally chat about this, that it would be great to hear everyone's, you know, like take on it and thoughts on it. Oh my God, Butterfly Effect. Love that movie. Vanessa's bringing that up. True, definitely could be. So where is Dolores and which timeline? Let's see. When we're at the saloon and we're back in the boring thing we've all, you know, with Maeve, Dolores doesn't exist in that timeline, right? No one ever even talks about her, but she's a factor in the MIB Teddy one. They're just looking for her, and then she's on the train with William. Oh, very, very, very good, Julie. The saloon is named Mariposa, which is a butterfly. Very good. So R2 says Lawrence's hair looks different when he was with Will and Dolores than he is when he is with MIB. Yes. See, I'm wondering about that, because he's a host, so he's going to stay the same age, but he can have different looks to him. When the MIB and Ted are together, where is Dolores? Well, I don't know, but if we're playing out 2 or 3 timelines, I have a feeling that when they're together, she's not on the train with William, like she's doing something else, and I don't know. Wow. I feel like this show could go on for a really long time. I can't believe it's not coming back next year. I'm really upset though. I need it to come back next year, because I mean, it's going to be a long time once we see this finale until the next season. And I just feel like this is kind of one of those shows we need to keep fresh in our minds and everything. We might need to go back and rewatch or something before season 2. I love Evan Rachel Wood. Just want to put that out there. I think she's everything. I think she's excellent in the show. If you guys watched True Blood, she was in that. She didn't have a starring role, but she was still good. She's great. It was a totally different character. But you might want to follow some of these people on Twitter, because they kind of give you insights or inside information. So she was saying that, you know, yes, we had a huge twist, but we haven't seen anything yet compared to what's coming up this season, which is highly promising. I cannot wait. So Julie thinks that Dolores still can be in the same path. Remember, Dolores saw herself on Pariah. Yes, yes. But she could be on the same path or in the same path just before, like ahead or behind, right? Oh my God. This is so enthralling. Like when I first started watching this, binging it, I was watching it like late at night and I literally started having dreams because this is like the most you love to because it's just so incredible. I think I'm frozen again. Okay, wait, I'm back. Okay. So Vanessa says the actress who played Maeve was in Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, that's a really great movie with Will Smith, and her name is Tandy. And there's a lot of nudity. Like she's pretty much naked in every freaking episode, completely naked. So props to her for being comfortable with that. I mean, wow, a lot of naked people in this show that, you know, they don't have any issues with modesty. So that's good. But Mark says the only time you've seen Dolores and Maeve's timeline was episode 1 when Teddy was in the saloon. He saw Dolores through the window. Okay. Yes, I kind of had a feeling we had seen that crossover before because remember we used to have a lot of Dolores in that saloon kind of storyline and, you know, when she left her dad's house and so on and so forth, which was kind of silly. It's so good that she's gotten out of that and actually changed her outfit because we were going through that like every episode, which is fine. I've never thought this series was boring. Plus it has some huge, like super famous actors. So you knew it was going to be a good show. I've never seen Luke Hemsworth in anything before. I know he's done some stuff. I mean, he's not on the popularity level of his brothers, but I really, really like him. I think he's great. He's a very likable character in this show. Julie says also when Dolores said that phrase to her that ultimately changed her. Yes. So yes, that's right. So wow. Man, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine, like, did any of you guys, first of all, I meant to ask you this earlier, but did anyone predict the Bernard twist? Or did you assume other people might be hosts who we were thinking were humans? Of course, they never lied to us and they never told us that everyone working within WestWorld was a human, but we all assumed that, I think, anyway. But shout out to you if anyone predicted that people were actually hosts or that he was a host, which is huge. So I just have never been, it's been a long time or I don't know, to be shocked and surprised that way was big. Yes, and I agree that HBO can sometimes do things better than, I mean, not always, but they usually do really well. A lot of people called it. I feel really stupid, but then I haven't been reading any theories or anything, but that's awesome for those of you who called it. I feel like I was just sleeping on the job watching the show, but it was nice because it was nice to be surprised and not always like having like, oh yeah, I had that idea, or I kind of thought that, and I didn't think that, so I loved it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to him because essentially he was fired. So what do you guys think about that? Like, is he still losing? I mean, where else is he going to go? He's going to have to be retired or something. I don't think Ford wants that to happen. And maybe he had to kill Teresa because like she wanted to fire him, her and the new woman, the new boss. Yeah, I guess there were clues that I missed. I suck at life. Sinead, it is on the East Coast in America, it's almost 5:30. But where are you? Where are you currently? But just to let you guys know, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. But I will be doing this every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So chats, which I think are very important, even though we only have 3 left, which sucks, but I'll be back for season 2. And I'll be uploading my videos with my thoughts and theories every Tuesday. Julie also does videos, so you guys should go subscribe to her and watch her videos on everything, but especially WestWorld. She's asking, you have a host that can actually kill a human, right? Which is interesting because they've kind of always said you can't do that, even though that one guy who went crazy like with the rocks and stuff almost killed Elsie. Oh, you're in Ireland and it's almost 10:30 p.m. Wow, I know. Yeah, I haven't been there, but I'd like to go there. But I've been to Europe and big time difference. So Vanessa says maybe Ford is the one who kidnapped Elsie. I just don't know why he would have Bernard looking for Elsie through, you know, he was basically looking himself through Bernard. because no one really knew he was doing that, and like, why would he be doing that if he was the one who kidnapped her or whatever. I don't think she's dead because I think she's going to be a main cast member, but they've already killed one pseudo main cast member. I don't think Teresa was the star of the show, but we had seen her quite a lot. Of course, Julie, of course, yeah. And she covers a lot of different, Julie covers all kinds of different shows, and some of the same ones I do and some different, so you should check that out if you're into reactions and stuff like this. Tauti is in Greece, which I'm dying to go there, and it's 12:30 p.m. Oh, okay, well, thank you so much. And R2 thinks that Dolores' gun can kill the guests. Oh my God. She's like really good with the gun, right? I was kind of surprised by that. Yeah, so I can't wait for next week already. But I hope if you're new here and you just found me, you will subscribe and then thumbs up this video and stay tuned for all of my other shows that I cover. That's in the down bar, an entire schedule of everything I cover, which of course changes as shows end for the season and new shows start up again. So Julie says on Arnold, Teddy said that the man in the middle of the maze has died 1,000,000 times and now he is back and he locked himself in the middle of the maze. That definitely makes it sound like Arnold is a host. Absolutely. 100%. So what if, I guess there's zero chance of Ford being a host, right? Because that would be like the ultimate twist. If like, well, if Arnold is a host, then he probably didn't create another host. But we have to wonder, did Ford create Arnold? Is he like the father of every host? But that's not true though, because if Arnold was a host, remember Arnold was building hosts. So can a host build a host? I know that's so confusing, but that's interesting. Sinead loves when I do live chats at this time. Oh, okay. Well, are you a WestWorld fan? Because that's awesome. It's just such a good show. I'm trying to recruit new people just like I was recruited. There's so much to think of now. I have so much more things to think about with this show when I already thought I had a lot of things to think about. So yes, I've actually thought about that. Julie says maybe Arnold uploaded himself to a host. So maybe Arnold was dying or whatever. I can't remember how they said he died. Did they say it was suicide or something? Maybe he was dying from something or wanted to die or wanted to kill himself. I don't remember. But he wanted to memorialize himself so he would never die, and he made himself a host, which I like. I like that a lot. Wow, very good. Thank you guys so much for being here and for all of your amazing thoughts and theories. My mind is blown once again. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow with my new video. My Walking Dead video is coming. It's going to come tonight for those of you looking for that. I apologize about last night. So I'll get that up soon. And WestWorld comes up tomorrow. And then check the schedule down below for everything else because it's a crazy week. But thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, guys.